signed in if you want to speak, right? Yes. All right. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion, approve.
I'll second it. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion.
Oh, aye.
Motion passes. Charlie, would you like to swear the speakers in?
Whoever's going to speak,
We got one
you
speaker.
swear or affirm the statement you make tonight to be the truth to the best of your information and belief.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Old applications, we have one new.
Yeah, it's kind of new, kind of old. It's an old filing number, but it is a change in application type. This is a conditional use permit for a 600 square foot non-commercial flag on an 80-foot tall flagpole to install a U.S. flag at the property address 400 Triport Road. It's located in the Triport Industrial Park on the AWG property that they are working on. It's an I-1 zone property, just over 10 acres. Staff does recommend approval of the application. This is an aerial shot here. It's from December 23. They did receive approval from this board for a conditional use permit for outdoor storage and the Planning Commission for a new development plan. So a lot of this site movement is something we are aware of, and it is something we're working on right now. This is the proposal here, and that little pink square is the location of the flag. When we first heard the application, we did not have a provision for non-commercial flags. They were operating on a system that flags could not exceed a certain height or a certain square footage. It's an older system that ultimately the fiscal court kind of gave us insight and education on us to be like, hey, we need to do some research and get an alternative one in there because it's a little bit dated. And so they opted to choose a similar ordinance to what the city council passed in 2016, 2017, when the camping world flag came through. With that, it changes a sign or a flag request from height variance and area variance to a conditional use permit upon review and merit and consideration on if it would have any negative public impact. I referenced the Camping World flag. This is it here. This is a far larger flag than what we're looking at. They were asking for a height, I believe, of 150 in an area of close to 1,000 feet, if not a little bit over. And so this is the visibility of this flag. We would expect it to be smaller given its shorter height and its smaller area. And so it would be less impactful than this one potentially could be. This is the view from the interstate bridge that I just pulled from Google Maps because every time I go out, flag's down because of the weather, and I'm like, that's fair, it's huge. Anyway, so with all those items considered, staff believes that the size of this is not significant to cause a threat to public health, safety, welfare. They would still be expected to get all their permitting in order and get their footers installed with the building inspection office, which would really make sure that the flag doesn't fall over or have any issues. I just kind of talk about the zone itself. I talk about the change, or that although it is addressed in Georgetown, it is a Scott County location and therefore subject. And then that in July, we did have an amendment get passed by the fiscal court for the flag ordinance. With all these items considered, staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit, subject to 4 conditions of approval. These are typical for, this is, especially ones for variances. This first one is that they adhere to our rules, they adhere to everyone else's rules, they get a building permit, and they return to us before any changes are taken or take place. So if they need bigger sign or bigger flag or alternative location, we can go from there. But besides all that, staff does recommend approval. The engineer and the applicant are present if you guys have questions.
Does anyone have any questions for Elise? Would you like to add anything?
I don't think so. She's covered everything.
I think everything was said last month.
And you didn't, nobody called any concerns?
No, I haven't had any public feedback on this one.
Okay.
Well, as Tommy said, I think we covered a lot of this last month, so I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve application S 2024-27 to install the 80-foot flagpole, 600 square foot on Triport Road, subject to the conditions. Go ahead.
Okay, I second.
Okay, we had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Alrighty, I'll send you guys a follow-up letter, and then you can just go take it to building inspection and go from there.
Thank you.
Yep, no
Thank
problem.
you.
We have no other applications tonight. I do have one more thing before Charlie does his whole thing. I did send a late email today, midday today, for training opportunity. It's on kind of climate resilience stuff. It's one of the Ohio planning webinar type deal. It is creditable for an hour and a half of training hours. I know that everyone's in pretty good standing here. We typically don't have a lot of issues, or if we do, they get addressed pretty quickly when it comes to training. But if you guys are interested for whatever reason to attend something like that, it is a Zoom meeting. It starts at 1 tomorrow, goes to 2:30. If you do watch it, just send me an email and let me know a fun fact about it. It's my usual rule for these types of things. Besides that, Charlie has some updates on changes. Well, no name, I forgot his name played at home, or at the office, but,
Is this the Harrington update?
yeah. Figured we should have it on the record.
Are we ready to make?
Yep.
Both Harrington and Qualex responded to the subpoenas. Apparently Harrington did about $28,000 worth of business with Qualex, down in money forward. And Qualex's record matches that just fine. After a number of discussions with Harrington's attorney, he has withdrawn his applications for anything on Money Ford Road. I have confirmed this year that he's going to, if he hadn't already, notifying building inspection to change his request from a commercial building permit back to the farming. So he'll have a place ready to offer for sale as agricultural property.
What about the paint bag?
It's going to Qualex, where he will do all of their crane cabs and all that
On-site?
kind of stuff. And he's taking his regular business to Cynthiana and already has a place. I would show you a picture of that place, but it's in the same posting that's got all those choice words. So I'll leave that in the record.
So the fact that he went ahead and continued when we said no, there's no kickback or
there
any of
can be.
that?
Oh, goodness, yes, we can get criminal complaints.
But I mean, we're not
all
going-
kinds of
I mean,
stuff, but
It's
as far
resolved.
as I'm concerned, he's gone.
That's.
He's gone, and the ladies across the road have taken down their field camera.
They're very successful
and
field
Greg Plunkett
They
is
just go up to
trotting up
it.
and down the hillside, just, I think everybody's tickled to death.
Okay, so
So,
it's done.
so
Or
like,
subpoena success, maybe? I don't know what to call that. That's not, I don't want to say success, but.
So,
Well, it was a
one
good
for-
tool to
one for
have,
one of
wasn't
the
it?
subpoenas.
It was good. That was
So,
good.
With that.
So he's gonna sell it, did you say?
yeah, I'll put it up for sale.
That's
As
fair.
soon as he gets his building permit for all the work he's done. Part of the stuff that he had to do before he could get his building permit is all that commercial grade wiring for all the special service and all the paint booths and whatnot. He had to rewire all that. Well, he did that. Now it's so overwired. But there's still some other work to do to finish the building permit, but at least it will not be for commercial grade. It will not have a permit for that. It'll be just like any other, metal building on any other agricultural property in the county. So,
So if somebody wants to have a personal, plug something in out there, they can do what they want.
I think probably plug a whole bunch.
That's what I'm saying.
My daddy's gonna pull any of those wires out, so yeah, they can plug a whole bunch in.
Okay, well, good. That was a good tool to have, wasn't it? That worked well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else you gotta?
All right, is that it?
Yeah, if there's not anything else, I don't know of any applications that are coming in. Planning to keep busy as always, we got a lot of stuff in the works, so.
Any
Yeah.
restaurants coming besides Popeyes?
Wish. Unless there's someone reusing an existing building. and
Yeah,
doing
you
that.
wouldn't hear it then.
Everyone speculates on what the O'Charlie's is gonna be. Every once in a while, someone will be like, what is that? They don't tell me.
Wasn't there talk of that being an Olive Garden at one time?
And then I heard a Red
Someone said it
Lobster
was
too.
Olive Garden, someone said Drake's, someone
Yeah,
said
Drake's
another
and
chicken place, someone said.
Hey, we got too many chickens.
We
Well,
need
it's-
another chicken.
And I said, in parking, I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Well, they were they actually had negotiations with, Wild Eggs. But either they wanted too much or Wild Eggs found out they didn't have enough room or something that fell through. And they're going someplace else.
In town?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love breakfast. Breakfast.
I like wild eggs.
Oh, that's delicious stuff. Oh, good
I like the little farmer veggie market skillet thingy. Oh, it's good.
Lord. Well, I haven't had that. Just their place, basic, what is it, French toast?
That's good too.
I've never had anything so delicious.
That's why you couldn't get up that step.
I know, that's why I bumped into both sides of the damn thing.
With their little market skillet, it's like yellow squash and mushrooms and all this kind of stuff, like sauteed in there with like a poached egg on top. It's good. It's
And their plain old fried potatoes are as good as you get them anywhere.
Their calamity is real good. I like that one.
And what's it called?
Calamity.
What's that?
I call it Calamity Jane, but
What's in it?
it's got a lot of stuff in
Oh,
it.
wait a minute. Meeting adjourned. Go ahead.